Tom Vadakan of the BJP joining us in the broadcast. Tom Vadakan, while the RSS is saying that this is a bid of the left government to take control of Hindu temples, the left government says it's acting on the directive of the court which said no mass drill or weaponry practices shall be permitted in the premises of the said temple.
But why this action at this time? The timing of this whole exercise by the left government is suspect. This is essentially part of their appeasement technique and to take total control of the temples. This exercise is based on a desire to grab the laity, the faithfuls of their right. The movement is basically nothing to do with the court ruling, but they have brought out an old ruling to try and do a cover-up operation. The RSS has been doing their drills, which is a peaceful exercise which has been going on for decades. Why suddenly this awakening? Suddenly they have realized that if they do that, their cover-up operation is to grab the further temple and then send out a message to a particular community saying that, look, we are acting against them. But you can't do this. There is going to be reactions across the country for this kind of exercise. CPM has been reduced to just Kerala. Now, at this rate, they'll be wiped out of this country because the electorate is finally going to react.
Right, Mr. Vadakan, you're right that this order perhaps came in the month of September. So you're questioning the timing of it?
The timing of it, the entire exercise is designed in such a way to grab the wealth from the temples and use it for their own propaganda and their own exercises. So this is A. B, it is a signal to a certain section of the radicalized community we are acting against the RSS. This is only signaling, but the fallout of this is going to be a national reaction and a reaction from Keralites. And Hindus are going to be further united.
Okay, Tom Vadakan, stay on with us. We also have Subhashini Ali joining us in the broadcast. Subhashini Ali, while of course the left government says they're acting on the court's directive, Mr. Vadakan is questioning the timing. He's saying, why now? It's an old issue which is now being raised by the left government because this is ultimately a bid to control temples. How do you respond?
No, Scott, what the Kerala government has done and what other governments should do is to see that public spaces and spaces which are meant for specific purposes are used for those purposes. Now, the RSS is an extremely political organization. The shakhas it holds in the morning have got nothing to do with prayers being offered in a temple. They use all kinds of, language to describe various communities and so on and so forth. It's a very political activity that they engage in every morning. And if there are orders that temples should not be used for these sort of purposes, it's perfectly correct for any government who is running a state in accordance with the constitution to follow that. The point is this, that why should a temple be used for political activity? That is the real question. And that is the question that people who are believers...
Okay, so we have Tom Vadakan as well. Tom Vadakan, why political activity to be carried out in the temple premise? How do you respond?
What kind of political activity are we talking about? When there was a tsunami, it was the RSS that was right there. There was no red flag anywhere around. They were the first team that descended there and did service. This is a service-oriented organization. Don't give it a political color, nor do they want any certificates from the left to establish that they are a political thing or social. They are purely social workers. And if they do a bit of exercise there, and it's in the early morning, as she already says, how does it disturb? But this is essentially an exercise to grab the temples of Kerala because they are remunerative. These people have wasted the money of the exchequer, so this is a new grab exercise they're indulging in.
Mother, okay, has he finished talking?
Subhashini Ali wants to come in. Go ahead, ma'am.
The point is, he has obviously not responded to what I said because there's nothing that he can respond with. We're not talking about social workers. I don't want to get into the question of what social work they do and what they don't do. There are many social organizations in this country doing social work. But they don't parade every morning holding sticks in their hand, giving their followers training in how to use those sticks, etc., etc. They use Shakha in the morning for that. They do not use it for blood donation or for any of those things. These are all completely irrelevant things that Mr. Vadakan is indulging in. The point is this. A temple is meant for the worship of that particular deity by those people who worship that deity. And it should not be misused for any other kind of activity.
Okay.
Period.
All right. All right. Subhashini Ali and Tom Vadakan, thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast. Subhashini Ali, they're saying the temple premise cannot be used for such activities. Tom Vadakan hitting right back, saying this is an attempt to grab control, hold control of the temples. Meanwhile, we have